Hello students, welcome. Today's lesson is on change of subject under a broader topic, equations and inequalities. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to make a given variable in an equation or a formula the subject. Before we start, we should know that plus has an inverse or opposite symbol to be minus. So the inverse of plus is minus and vice versa. Now, the inverse of multiplication is division and vice versa. The inverse of root sign, that is positive square root, is square and vice versa. Let's look at the following terms that could guide us to understand the concept of change of subject clearer and faster. Now, we have formula. When you talk about formula, a formula is an equation which expresses one symbol called the subject over other symbol. For example, if we have m equal to 2 minus n, this is called a formula because we have one variable, and this variable m has been expressed over the other symbols that we see. So m is a symbol in mathematics, 2 is a symbol in mathematics, minus n is also a symbol in mathematics. But if you have used a particular m as the subject, and this m has been expressed over the other symbol, together we call this formula or an equation. Now let's look at the second terminology that we call it what? Change of subject. That is what we are even dealing with now. When you talk about change of subject is a process whereby a variable is made to stand alone, either at left hand side or the right hand side of an equal to sign in a formula or equation. Let me go over the definition again. When we talk about change of subject is the process whereby a variable is made to stand alone, either at left hand side or right hand side of an equal sign in a given formula or equation. Now, let's consider this formula that we dealt with in a few minutes ago. If you have a formula or an equation, m equal to 2 minus n, the first place, this is an equation. But if you want to change the subject, now the subject of this equation is m. So m is the subject. And these are other symbols. Other symbols in mathematics. In a situation whereby we want to change the subject in this given formula or an equation, then we are trying to what? Make the particular variable that we want it to be the subject to stand alone. Now m is standing alone. That is why we call it the subject. In a situation whereby we want m to stand alone, then we are trying to change the subject m to n. That is all about change of subject. This is a mere theorem or definition to change of subject. Let's consider the examples in the next page, and this example could help us to understand the concept clearer. So example 1, we are trying to make m the subject of y equal to mx plus c, meaning that we want to make this m the subject. So at this juncture, how can we make m the subject? And we are now coming to do it. So solution. First, we write the question y equal to mx plus c. And this is general equation of a straight line, the formula for it. So we want to make m the subject. But at this case, remember from the definition states that to make M the subject, that means we're supposed to let M stand alone. But at this juncture, on the right hand side of this equal to sign, we could see we have two terms, and we're supposed to do anything possible to get only one term, which is supposed to be what? M. So in the process of us making M the subject, we need to eliminate or get rid of this X and this C. That is when the inverses of the operation signs will come in. So to make the M the subject, first let's consider this C. The C is positive. So we ask ourselves, what can we do to C to become negative so we can eliminate it from the right hand side of this equal to sign here? At this case, we're supposed to subtract through by negative C. In other cases, they call it, they say we should transpose C to the other side of the equal to sign, that is to the left hand side. But in proper terms, we're supposed to find the inverse of C. And inverse of positive C is negative C. So in equation, whatever you do to the left hand side, we do to the right hand side as well. So now I'm going to use negative C throughout the equation. Now y is already here, minus C is equal to mx plus C is already there, minus C. So at this case, we have y minus C equal to mx plus C minus C will be 0. So we can leave it like this. Now we have been able to eliminate this C, but still we have X which is attached to M. We have to also eliminate the X. And we know the inverse of, you know that the M and the X are multiplying, and the inverse of multiplication is division. So what can we do to this X so that we can eliminate it from the M? We want to make M the subject. We want M to stand alone. What can we do to eliminate this this X from M? Now, in this case, we are trying to find a multiplicative inverse of X, since we want to make M to stand alone. We are now finding the multiplicative inverse of X. Most people, or some people, will say that we should divide through by M. It is also correct, but remember, there are so many ways to kill a cat. For that approach, you'll get the answer correct, and for you to find a multiplicative inverse as 2, you also get the answer correct. Now, for me, I'm trying to find the multiplicative inverse of X, and the multiplicative inverse of X is 1 over X. That is the inverse of X. So at this juncture, I will multiply through by the inverse of X. That is, I'll multiply through by 1 over X. Now 1 over X, that is the inverse, multiplicative inverse of X, is multiply C, and this is equal to 1 over X is also multiplying mx. So at this juncture, this will be y minus C all over X, because 1 multiplying the numerator will still be y minus C, and the X multiplying the denominator will still be only X. And this is equal to, now if X will cancel this X one time, leaving only M, that is 1M. So you can conclude by saying that M is equal to y minus C all over X. At this juncture, we have tried to make M the subject from this formula or from this equation. This is very simple. This is how we make a given variable in a given formula the subject. Let's consider example 2. For this case, we are trying to make V the subject of k equal to 1 over 2 mv square. Now, to solve this solution, now let me repeat the question. K is equal to 1 over 2 mv square. Now our concentration is on V, and V is being attached with half and m, and again with square. So what can we do to eliminate all these square, all these m, and all these half? Remember, we should think of the inverses of a given mathematical operation. Remember, the inverse of square is root. The inverse of multiplication is division. The opposite or inverse of plus is minus. So let's get back again to solve this solution, to solve this question. So for me, I'm trying to eliminate the half here. Remember, inverse of 1 over 2 is 2 times 2. Therefore, I have to multiply through by 2. So 2k will be 2 times 1 over 2 mv square. So for this case, 2k is here, and it's equal to, this will cancel this, leaving only mv square. Now we want to make only v the subject, not mv square the subject. So what can we do to eliminate this m? Now the m is multiplying v square, so we have to find a multiplicative inverse of m, and that will be 1 over m. Therefore, if you multiply through by 1 over m times 2k is equal to 1 over m times mv square. Now we are continuing at this side of the sheet. So at this juncture, 1 over m times 2k will be 2k over m, because numerator will multiply numerator, denominator will multiply denominator. And this is equal to, this m will cancel this m, leaving only v square. At this juncture, we are trying to eliminate, we are trying to make v the subject, not v square the subject. So now we think of the inverse of square. Remember, inverse of square is root sign. So you have to apply root sign to both sides of the equal to sign. So at the left hand side, I have to use root on them. This will be, so the square here will multiply, or will cancel the root sign, leaving only v. So you can conclude by saying, therefore, v is equal to root of 2k all over m. Now, example 2 has been solved. The demarcation was not that right, because I supposed to have only make this sheet to be example 1 and 2, not 3. But still, you have done it, so to continue doing. Now, let's consider our last example, which is example 3. And example 3 is saying, make b the subject of 1 over a equal to 1 over b plus c. So to solve this, let us repeat the question. Is equal to 1 over b plus c. Now we are trying to make b the subject, and the b has been attached with 1 attached with this c as well. Therefore, we have to find a way to eliminate this 1 here and the c here, so that we will let b stand alone, just as v has stand alone here and M has also stand alone. That is all about change of subject. You are trying to change the subject from this formula or equation. So at this case, now we have to multiply through by AB. So for this case, we multiply through by AB. So AB times 1 over A is equal to AB times 1 over B plus AB times 1 over, AB times C. Sorry for that. So at this juncture, A will cancel this A here and B will cancel this B here. So we continue by saying B is equal to A plus A, B, C. Now we want to make B the subject. If we leave it this way, we haven't made B the subject because B can be found here. And making a variable a subject means that it's supposed to stand alone at either the left hand side of the equal to sign or the right hand side of the equal to sign. Not it should stand alone at both sides. No. So at this moment, since B is here, you have to still keep on working until we make B the subject at one side of the equal to sign. So at this juncture, since we are interested about B and B can be found at the right, B can be found at both hand sides. Therefore, let us transpose the ABC to the left hand side here so that we can apply change of factorization. Then B will definitely stand alone. So at this juncture, B is already here and we are trying to transpose, or we are trying to subtract through by ABC. Subtract through by ABC. So minus ABC is equal to A minus ABC plus ABC minus ABC. So at this juncture, B is here minus ABC is equal to, this will go away with this, leaving only A. Remember, minus ABC has been duplicated, so I need to cancel one of this. Sorry for that mistake. So now we have gotten B minus ABC equal to A. At this juncture, we want to make B to stand alone. We want to make B the subject, but B can be found in both terms here. Therefore, we have to factorize B out from both terms here. Therefore, B has to stand out. Sorry. Therefore, B minus ABC equal to A. To factorize this expression, B will come out leaving 1 minus AC, which is equal to A. So at this juncture, we divide through by 1 minus AC and divide through again here by 1 minus AC. So this will cancel this, leaving B is equal to A over 1 minus AC. So this is all about change of subject. For the sake of time, I'll pause here. If you want to solve more example, then I have an assignment written at the latter part of this sheet. The assignment goes with, number 1, make P the subject of K equal to 1 plus R all over 100. Meaning you are trying to make P of the subject from this formula or this equation. Then assignment 2 goes with, make Q the subject of 1 over 7 equal to 2 over P minus cube root of PQ all over 2. If you want to submit this assignment and to learn more, then visit a link I have provided in the description down below. If it is not visible there, go to the About section of this channel, Dennis Amoah. There is a WhatsApp group created over there. Connect with that WhatsApp group and join a community of students to learn together. Consider subscribing to this channel and turn on the bell icon so that any new video that I will upload, you will be the first person to see. Like this video and share my content across the internet so serious and other students could get access to this video. Thank you very much for paying attention to this video. I'm still Dennis. Tuto tuto is my jargon. Stay blessed.